Hi, boys and girls. Or as the captain would say, ahoy, mates and mermaids. I am TJ, aka Flash by Night, and it is Wednesday night, so it is time for the re-up. The re-up is basically a place where I come and I show off my new comic book day books and whatever else I may have gotten in throughout the week. Um, yeah, that's basically what I do, and hang out with the community. Um, when I first started this, I didn't anticipate chatting back and forth with the community as much as I do, but throughout the night, this tends to get a little more interesting. People ask questions, people come to hang out, and yeah, so that's what we are going to do. We are going to show off some books. And if people trickle in and they want to chat it up, we will do that. But first of all, I hope everyone had a good new comic book day. I hope you are able to go out and pick up your books, whatever books you want. And if you did not, or if you could not find whatever books you wanted, hope you find those later on, sooner rather than later. But let me go ahead and shout out Captain Comics for stopping by. Of course, always a let's say staunch supporter of the Flash by Night channel. Yeah, so we're gonna get into this. First, I want to show off, show some of my new comic book day pickups. Got to slow down. Got to calm down. Um, I am actually part of what I call Team Small Hall. So I only have like 5 books to show for a new comic book day. The first book, of course, Flash, number 7, is it 770? Yeah, number 770. If you have not been keeping up with the Flash, your current Flash is actually Wally West. And we started out this infinite frontier with Wally actually wanting to retire from being a hero. Most people will famously tell you or infamously tell you about all the things Wally has been through in the last, let's say, 10 years or so. And these last couple of years have really weighed on Wally, have wrecked his family life. And so he wants to retire from being a hero and get back to family. But in 768, plans for that go awry, and we get to what is basically a body hopping, out of body experience story for Wally West and for everyone helping him out in this situation. So of course you see Jay Garrick on the front of the cover. I assume that means Jay Garrick is in this book somehow. Actually, I know, but I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna give away any spoilers about what I know about this book. But as I always do, I always pick up the Flash. It's always on the pull list. And yeah, so we're gonna see how this goes. My next 2 books actually are not new. Um, my next 2 books, Black Cotton, number 1, the second print. Of course, I missed out on Black Cotton when it first came out. I tried to get a copy, but I have FOC issues, and for one reason or another, I didn't get a copy of the first print. So I had to grab the second print. And even then, my second print didn't come in until this week. I believe the second print came out last week, but it didn't come in until this week. And so I got the first print. And of course, I also have Black Cotton issue number 2. Now, for those who are unfamiliar, what is going on, Southern Comic Geek? Welcome, welcome. For those who are unfamiliar with Black Cotton, the premise is kind of a reversal of some social issues, let's say that are going on right now, where African Americans are the more affluent people of this world in this book, and a cop who is a black cop who is in the family of a well-to-do black family shoots a young white lady. That's kind of how the story starts, and I haven't read to see how it actually goes yet, but that's kind of the premise of the story. Is that the roles we generally see now are reversed, and we have to dig in and see what happens in this story. I've heard it's a really good read, so I'm going to check it out. If not tonight, maybe tomorrow, at least by Friday, um, so that when I keep up with the comics, I can bring it to you. And so my last two new comic book day books are basically the same book. I have one issue and two issues of Wonder Girl #1. Of course, this is Yar Flor, the Brazilian um, Amazon that we met in Future State. And actually, she may have been either teased or cameoed at the end of Dark Knight's Death Metal. But I think her first real appearance was in Future State. I have to go back and check, but I decided to grab two copies of these since this will be her first ongoing. And one I'll read, one probably won't leave the bag in case something happens with this book. But yeah, we're gonna check Yard Floor out pretty soon. And that was basically my new books for this week. Um, I bought a couple of other books that are on the way from online from places online, um, but those are the books I have on hand right now. I'm expecting a copy of the Berserker #1 fourth print foil, just in case that's the last one, and something with that book goes haywire. If not, I keep it around because it's kind of a cool looking cover. I'm also expecting a Shang-Chi book to come in sometime soon, and I'm expecting a fifth print of Star Wars. What is it? High Republic #1. There's like a grayish tone fifth print of #1 of that book. And I grabbed that also just in case it's the last printing and just in case it ends up being low printed. I'm not sure if there are places where you can find whether or not a book will be low printed beforehand or expected to be low printed beforehand. If you know that kind of place, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. Help your boy out. But that is what I have new comic book day wise. But I do have a little bit of mail, and I'm going to share it with you. So the first thing I have, I already opened up the package, but I got a book from Macari. I know what this is. This is actually my second copy of this book, and it is pretty fun having this book, even if this book doesn't end up being any kind of spec. I would be surprised if the value of this book doesn't go up somewhat. Um, as you can see, whoever packaged this book, they secured it really good with cardboard and with their envelope. But this whole thing where it's wrapped in Reynolds wrap, like I'm like, I think I've just taken myself down. Let me see. All right, there we go. So this whole thing where my book is wrapped like leftovers. I'm not sure whose plan that was, but we are going to try and unwrap this book, or maybe try and cut the wrapping off without cutting my book. That that wouldn't be fun. Because, like I said, I don't think this book is particularly valuable right now. But with comics doing what comics do at the moment, you never know what book could go from not to hot overnight. And yes, I probably did steal that from like some TLC or some other fashion network show because I'm married, so I watch some of those. But this really is like trying to get into some leftovers. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. And while I'm unwrapping, I want to give a shout out to another fellow YouTuber, fellow community member, Chillmonger. He dropped a video earlier and dropped some knowledge on me that I did not have. Of course, you know, Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther run is ending at issue number 25. And I really now a few years into reading, I kind of wish I got in on the ground floor of Ta-Nehisi Coates' intergalactic empire of Wakanda, or whatever the proper term for his run was. But I was just getting into comics when Black Panther came out, and I really wanted to grab me a Black Panther book, and I am still tearing away at this. I'm still tearing away at this Saran wrap. But I really wanted to get into Black Panther after the Black Panther movie came out. But at the same time, Ta-Nehisi Coates was dropping a Black Panther story called called the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, and I was not looking forward to reading a space Wakanda book. I just learned who this Black Panther character was, and I really wanted a regular Black Panther, regular Wakandan story, but that's not what was going on at Marvel at the time. Now, beforehand, he had a more grounded story, but I missed out on that. I did read the Rise of Black Panther around the same time, but I didn't get into the intergalactic empire of Wakanda. That being said, in August, I believe they are starting a new Black Panther run with John Ridley as the writer, and I don't know a whole lot about John Ridley, but I do enjoy his writing on the other history of the DC universe, and this I think the article I read said it sounded like kind of like hero-ish mixed with secret espionage or whatever. And so we're gonna check out that Black Panther run when it comes out. And like I said, I want to thank Chillmonger for putting up a video and keeping us informed. All right, so this is interesting. I don't know if they gave me this book because of what I ordered, but I have Mercy Thompson Moon Called. Is that what this is? I don't know if Mercy Thompson is the name of the book or Moon Called. I assume it's Mercy Thompson, uh, issue number 7 and issue number 8, and we've got some werewolves on the front. I don't know anything else outside of that, but I assume that they threw this in because of the book I purchased. The book I purchased was another copy of Werewolf by Night 31. And if you did not see my stream from last week, There is a reason why I grabbed Werewolf by Night 31. As I said, I do not think I know Werewolf by Night 32 is the first appearance of Moon Knight, but I do not think that there is a uh, cameo for Moon Knight. However, what I do know is that Werewolf by Night 31 is the first mention of Moon Knight. So that is why I grabbed issue 31. This is my second copy, and neither copy that I purchased cost me more than $10, including shipping. And like I said, I don't know of a cameo, and as far as I know, this book isn't expensive yet. But you never know what could happen with these books. Things are crazy around here, and yeah. So until I win the lottery or sell an organ and pay for a 32, Werewolf by Night 31 will have to be my pseudo 32. Now, I'm going to get into another piece of mail I got from, is that Yarborough City Comics? Is that what that is? Yeah, Yarborough City Comics. Um, this is maybe my second, third sticker. I think I don't have many stickers, um, but I noticed that a lot of the community members and a lot of sellers have stickers for their products, which is really good, really cool. Um, I just don't know where to put my stickers, but it's nice to have one. In fact, I bought a couple of books from Marvelous Comics. You can check him out also online. And he also sent a sticker, if you can see really good. So I guess now I'm sticker collecting, which is something I would not have said a year ago. But this is my box of books from Yarborough, Yborough, or Iborough. Don't make me pronounce that again. That's my box of books from Yborough Comics. I did it again. And we are going to see what is in here. If you have not also heard, I have this term that I call, oh, now this is interesting. So I have this term I have coined mystery boxing myself, because a lot of times I will buy, one book at a time from sellers online, and it may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months before I cash out on the books I purchase, and I will forget what I have purchased. But one piece of swag I have not seen yet come from sellers online is a pen. So yeah, Yborough City Comics. I'm gonna look up how to pronounce that name later. Sent me a pen. That is interesting. And we know I need pens for work. And I also have a habit of walking off with other people's pens. So I guess they just gave me one. All right. And these are my books. Of course, we have your Blue Painters tape. What is Bubble Bubble? Bubble Bubble. I feel like I remember that game from a long, long time ago. I'm showing my age now, but this game looks familiar. But let's get this tape off of here. Let's see what books that I purchased and I forgot about, because in the words of Mark Henry, that's what I do. Come on, tape. Come on, tape. All right, we've got this tape over here. We have got Low Dog 51 in the house. Of course, That's who pushes me, who wants me to, who helped me to get out and show my face and actually like made my logo before I actually even decided I was going to do this. He's like, go ahead, do it. I'm like, well, if someone's going to invest in you, then you make sure that their investment is worthwhile and you get out there and do whatever you're supposed to do. But let's see. All right. So these books I got all for $1 a piece. And the first book, which looks in really good shape, looks in better shape than I thought it would be for $1, but it is Avengers West Coast number 56. The next book I have for $1. The next book I have for $1 is Ultimate Spider-Man number 79. Of course, that is the first appearance of the Ultimate Moon Knight. And look, he wants 10%. I don't know what 10% of zero is. Actually, I know what 10% of zero is. But yeah, he wants 10%. I see how things go now. All right. So my next book that I grabbed, like I said, for $1 is Thor 409. And I did not know if this is a key or not. I'd have to look it up sometime later. But I saw a book with a Thor book for $1 with Doom on the front, and looks like Thor and who else is that Hercules? Thor and Hercules in the hourglass, and Doom. Let's see, what does it say? Is 60 seconds away. Doom is 60 seconds away. That's got to be a horrifying feeling. But that was $1. Next book for $1 is Flash 199. Then there's Flash 198. Oh, and here is an interesting book. Here's an interesting book, and I'm going to always do this whenever I see one of these. We've got Superman in Action Comics 805, but the important thing for me is that we have that Iwo Jima Monument homage cover. I always I pick up Marine Corps books, but outside of Marine Corps books, I always try and pick up these covers with this Iwo Jima monument homage on them. I'm scoping out a couple of them on eBay that are pretty interesting. But yeah, always grab those unless they cost like an arm and a leg. I don't have an arm and a leg just yet for covers. Let's see what books are in. I've got this book with like this bag with like 3 books in it. So let me see what I have going on in these. And what is this? What have I purchased? What have I done? Okay, so I have a bag with 4 books, and they're not all in the greatest shape, but they were $1 a piece, and they were right up my alley. So I have Semper Fi number 4. Like I said it's a you can tell it's a little faded, seen better days. You can kind of see it's torn on the bottom, but it was $1, and it's a official Marine Corps book from Marvel, Tales of the Marine Corps, number 4. Right behind it, I have Semper Fi number 5, Tales of the Marine Corps. Of course, another book for $1. Then, of course, there's a book that I always get and I'm always looking out for. Fighting Marines. What is this? 164. And whoever this sergeant is kind of, he's speaking in the language of the time. But Five Marines 164, always pick that up. And then I don't know what's happening on this cover, but the last cover I got with these two on the front, Superman sucker punched my guy when he was coming around the street. But I've got Superman and the Flash. DC presents. What is this? DC presents number 38, Superman and the Flash. And I guess we also find out whatever happened to the Crimson Avenger. I don't know who that is. If you know who that is, let me know. Help a brother out. I am always on the lookout for new knowledge. I'm always looking to learn something. Um, so I've got one more book up my sleeve for tonight, and that book comes from Black Flag Comics. I have not. I cut the sides, but I have not actually opened the box yet because I wanted to open the box. Excuse me, with you, so that if I open the box and it's fire, then we both see it's fire together. If I open the box and something's wrong with my purchase, we'll all see it and we'll all moan and groan together. I don't know if we'll all shake our fist in unison, but we'll all see together what kind of book I get from this package. I know what book it is. I actually, it's kind of a, hmm, it's kind of a, well, I guess it's at least two books, and they've got it sealed in plastic. So we're gonna get that off and try and be gentle with it. I don't want to break anything. Oh, and now we've got like black gift paper. Yeah. So let's see if we can. Oh, they are doing a lot here. All right. So we've got a some kind of flyer from Black Flag. Looks like you can win $100 with their hashtag. So feel free to check that out. And I have got a packing slip. But what I really want is to know. Oh, and here is stickers galore tonight. I've got 3 stickers in one night. That is great. Legends. What is it? Oh, there we go. Legends live here. There we go. From Black Flag Comics. All right. Let me see. So we got backing boards taped together. So they made sure this is packed really nicely. Made sure I had a few layers of protection for various problems and entrapments. Okay, never mind. It is only one book. The additional layers that they included made me think that it was 2 books. So I know what this book is, but I want you to see it first with me. Check it out, see what we see. But it is a Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 25 variant. It's from, I believe, Tyler Kirkham, and I believe it is his C variant. Ooh, ooh, there we go. There's the Miles Morales smoke monster. Let's get up close. Is that him? Oh no, that's Mike Mayhew. That see? That's why you can't leave me alone. Somebody should have called that. You can't leave me by myself to my own devices because my devices are sometimes wrong. This is Mike Mayhew's variant. I'm sorry, Mr. Mayhews, for stealing your thunder. Mike Mayhew's C variant for Miles Morales, issue number 25. Of course, the start of his Clone Saga. And I believe an homage to the Ultimate Spider-Man #1 cover with Miles Morales on it. This is bringing it a little closer so you can kind of see the checkerboard behind him. That is a nice book. This looks even nicer. So it's not as much checkerboard as it is. Well, it's kind of checkered in the middle, but then you also got some dots going. But that is sweet looking. Let's see, who is this? Low budget comics and things. Thank you for hanging out. How are you doing tonight? I was just getting around to my Mike Mayhew cover, whose identity I botched earlier, but that's not a surprise. But yeah, this is a nice looking book. Hello and good night, sir. How are you doing, Rod? Thank you for hanging out. I hope all is well. I saw the message earlier. I hope everything goes well tomorrow. And you have a good night, sir. You take care of yourself. All right. So I have my Miles Morales Spider-Man book. And so we're gonna go back over some of the other things I picked up. So we're gonna go with DC Comics Presents number, is that 38? Number 38 with Flash and Superman. Of course, we have the Fighting Marines because it's on brand. Then we have Semper #4 and Semper #5. And then, of course, we have, and I think this might, no, this is a regular board, but we have Action Comics, Superman Action Comics 805. And of course, we have this because of the Iwo Jima Monument homage. I always pick these up. Of course, then I have Flash 198. $199. Nah, no 200. I'm sorry. And next book I have Thor 409. I think I said 408 earlier, but it's Thor 409. And of course, we have 60 seconds till doom. I love the word doom. Yeah. And then you have West Coast Avengers or Avengers West Coast number 56. And this is actually a pretty clean. Well, let's see. Well, the front is pretty clean. There's a little something going on with the back. I don't know if you can see it, but it's okay. Like I said, all of those were $1, along with Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 75, 79, first Ultimate Moon Knight. So all of those books I just showed were $1. And then, of course, I have not sold the kidney yet, so I have not been able to afford Werewolf by Night 32, but I can afford Werewolf by Night number 31. And as we said earlier, the reason why I have two copies now of Werewolf by Night 31 is because it is the first mention of Moon Knight. I don't know how much his name is worth, but it's the first mention of Moon Knight. Boom! That's right, Rod. That's right. So, like I said, I've got two copies of that book now. Both of them cost me right under $10, including shipping. Neither one's like a 9.8 candidate or anything like that. It was just something to buy to say I had. And then for my actual new comic book day books, I have two copies of Wonder Girl #1. I grabbed Black Cotton #1, the second print, as well as Black Cotton #2. And we are going to finish the same way we started with Flash issue number 770. And that was my fun and what I picked up for new comic book day this week, along with stuff I got in the mail this week, because I'm definitely team small haul when it comes to new comic book day, because I'm only picking up, I pick up things I read every once in a while. I'll try and pick up a book to see if that book's gonna pick up some steam, and see if I can make a little bit of profit and reinvest it in other books. But I'm not really great at that. So what I'm usually grabbing are things I'm going to read, and so usually I have two, three, four books max on New Comic Book Day, um, unless Black Panther 25. Um, oh yes sir, yes sir. Got Optimus back there chilling, more than meets the eye. But yeah, so unless and if Black Panther 25 comes out next week, because they pushed it back two or three times, I think I have like five or six of those different covers on order. Um, so we'll see how that works out. But usually I'm at around three or four books for New Comic Book Day. Nothing heavy, just something I want to read for that week. But I'm always on the lookout for other books for back issues and things that I like, for things that catch my attention, for books that come up for $1 that force me to have to buy other dollar books just to make shipping worthwhile. Um, you know, things like that. That's kind of how my comic week goes. It's not a it's not really heavy in new comic books. So that being said, I think we are at about 40 minutes. And if I stay on any longer, I'm going to start babbling and start telling on myself, basically. And so I think we're going to go ahead and cut it off here. I appreciate everybody that showed up tonight. Of course, Mr. Rod DeRegan showing up tonight, along with Low Budget Comics and Things and Low Dog 51, and of course, Captain and Southern Comic Geek sliding through here. Um, so, where did I break? Where did I break? I think I broke something. I did not break anything. Good. But yeah, so I appreciate everybody stopping by and saying hello. If you catch this on the rewind, I appreciate you too. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the community once again, kind of just being there and bringing me in and letting me share the little bit of knowledge I have and the few things I do with comics. To be honest, when they said this is like the greatest community on earth, like, well, hey, they may be blowing a little smoke, they may be pumping themselves up a little bit, but this is a great community, and I am glad to be part of it. So, with that being said, as I end every video, love yourselves, love others, and I will be back in a flash.